Everyone, I'm Jude Hotep, the goddess astrologer and alchemical initiatrix. I'm going to get into this chart for today, August 31st. This is the Divine Feminine Uprising Astrology Daily Horoscope. Hope you are having an interesting, profound week, a potent week, profound week, a week of potential. We're coming from that new moon to the Pisces full moon in less than 2 weeks. And we're coming into the moon squaring Uranus tomorrow. So this moon is in Scorpio. Scorpio moon can be a lot of different things depending on where you're at in your journey. Let me just get some annotation going for us. So the Scorpio moon, it can be a moon of purging. It can be a lot coming up from the deep subconscious or from past lives. So it can be a lot of emotional, deep pains, hurts, wounds, old traumas, old issues coming up. And so be aware that that could be the case, and it's okay for that to come up. It's okay to work with emotions, to let the emotions be there. If we don't work with emotions at the time that they come up, it's like Pet Cemetery. They come back with a knife. So otherwise it makes the shadow have more gravity, have more intensity. So it's important to do that. Let me just change this chart. All right. So we have this moon. It's nearing the south node. South nodes are past. It's karmic shit. We have this T-square that's been going on for a really long time from Saturn to the nodes. And so there's this direction at Saturn. And so with Venus having passed over that direct opposition to Saturn and moving off that exact opposition, it's this Leo energy that's the opposite of that Saturn and Aquarius. And also the Saturn and Aquarius is about working from a new way. There's this quote from Richard Jefferies that says, he wrote this in the late 1800s. He's like, I hope that one day man will work not merely for bread, but for their very soul. And so it's really about this Aquarius. Are we going to play out in humanity the positive light octave, high octave of Aquarius, or are we going to play out the shadow of Aquarius, which is conformity, following the status quo, everybody wearing gray jumpsuits, gray spacesuits? Like Aquarius is about unity through diversity. It's about bringing the light through the higher mind, the consciousness. It's high consciousness coming through. People with Aquarian moons often feel otherworldly. They kind of get here and they're like, what is going on with all these people? Like, don't they just get the high consciousness? Don't they just get that we're all really together, that everything is within everything else? It's always connected in this way that we experience this unique self, that we get to be this unique personality to play out dynamics here on earth, but that ultimately there is something of everything in everything else. And so are we going to use this Leo, which is bringing your own contributions to the world? Meaning, where are you at in your divine feminine soulpreneurship? Are you just starting and really connecting to your purpose? Are you leveling up from 100K to 250K? Are you working towards that indigenous million? Are you working towards 50K or 25K? Where are you at in your journey? And what is this issue with money? One of the things I'm hearing a lot in the collective with women is money stories, saying that things are expensive. Things are not expensive. What they cost is a fact, and everything you think about that cost is your thoughts that you are unconsciously choosing if you're saying things like it's expensive. It's not expensive, it's just what it costs. So where I live, the rent is a certain amount. What different, higher than in other places I've lived recently. So it's not more expensive. It just is what it is. It's like, okay, just make more money. And we can always make more money. And so it's really about these paradigm shifts about money. Also, I hear a lot of women pushing money away and saying, conflating it with the matrix. I did a really powerful episode of the Light Goddess podcast last week. Go back and check that out, about money in the matrix, because the matrix is not money. The matrix is not the old systems. This Pluto in Capricorn has been breaking down everything that doesn't serve us as humanity for our growth, that no longer causes us to grow and evolve. Pluto breaks it down. It's like grow or die. And so it's been breaking down all these structures in society, agriculture, the American industrial, the medical industrial complex, all of these systems that we've had that aren't working. And what's happening is people are building a whole new world all around, a whole new society all around these old systems as they're crumbling, being dismantled, no longer functioning, no longer effective. People are leaving. People don't want to work in an office with fluorescent lights that literally lower frequency consciousness, and they want to work from home and the comforts, and they want to go to the store when they want to, and they want to get all the work done in their own time frame. People are doing things really differently. And so all of these things that happened in 2020, 2021 have set us up for, like, as a humanity, creating this whole new world instead of just certain individuals, on such a smaller scale. Now we're really doing it en masse. People are awakening everywhere. So the matrix is not the money. The money is just a fact, and what you think about it is actually something you can consciously choose. The matrix is all the programming, it's all the beliefs. Like, we're in a war of beliefs, and really to re-own your autonomy and your sovereignty is to deprogram your mind from all of the beliefs that came from the overculture, came from family, came from past lives, and not from you choosing them consciously. And that's why we put our brain on paper to see, what the hell am I thinking that I'm not even realizing, and I want to re-choose great thoughts and eliminate the ones that are not good for us. This Virgo Sun is helping us to, Virgo is the small intestine. It's what literally eliminates things and absorbs things. And so it's absorbing the nutrients. We want to absorb the nutrients from all of the downloads coming from this Mars and Gemini and all of that. So much information. Mars and the Sun are in a square, and then to take that information and choose what to eliminate and what to absorb that we want to take in. Focusing right now, depending on where there's Mars is, it just got off my moon. It was like, whew, it was like electric downloads for quite a few days. It was very exciting and wonderful, but also rudderless. It was very hard to focus. I made it happen, but man, it was hard to focus. So it's like, where is this Mars and Gemini at in your chart? Because it is activating that house in your chart. Is it in the 10th house of sacred calling? Is it in the second house of creating money from your own resource of who you are and your creativity and what you bring to this world? Or is it in your 7th house of relationships? So you want to know where that Mars is in your chart, and that's going to help you understand what is being activated for you. And also, this Mars energy could be more intense or less depending on where it's at. There's a lot of mutable energy in the chart, meaning that we are having all this ability to adapt to all of the changes that are happening internally. With 4 outer planets retrograde right now, there's a lot of internal shifts that won't be visible in the outer world, and it won't be clear where people are landing until January. And then in January, you're going to see a lot of people changing directions seemingly out of nowhere, or finally enacting things that have been going on internally for a really long time. Uranus station retrograde is reversals. So there's a lot of reversals happening right now, and a lot of technology weirdnesses, and people are unconscious right now. There's some insomnia going on. So know that those things are still in play at the moment. This Lilith here is in Leo newly, and so today she is square the moon. And so Lilith square the moon, it's like, where are you afraid to own your power as a woman and step out with your voice and your leadership as a woman? Where are you needing to really own And I have like a hair on my face. I can see it, but I can't get it off. I also have ant bites all over my feet. I went from Florida with these no-see-um bugs that you cannot see, but bite you worse than mosquitoes. And then I came to Texas with ants, and they're, oh my God, they're ferocious. I have literally just tons of bites all over my feet. I tried some methylene blue on my feet, so my feet were all blue. Oh my God, I'm going crazy a little bit. The ice does not work. The like 2.5 hydrocortisone is not working. It works a little, but not completely. I just got some Benadryl, so we'll see. We'll see. But been going mad with bites from bitey bugs. I have to get away from these things. like fuck the US Army for letting all the Egypt mosquitoes out in the 50s. It was an experiment. It's the only reason we have them here. It's a really interesting story, actually. Getting back to the astrology, so this like owning your power and stepping up as a woman, this Venus in Leo is this amazing energy of your deep desires, your deep passions, really being in this place of your heart, but also this place of self-possessed, I know what I want, really steady, strong, fixed on creating those desires into being, into tangible form. And so we have this amazing Venus energy to help us. We have this Virgo Sun helping us discern with all this data, all the retrograde planets. And so it's like, use those energies to really stay fixedly upon your vision, but allow it to be flowing and playful. Venus is the divine feminine. It's flowing and playful. Whatever's creative is going to have open doors. Whatever is the old status quo, the old ways, which is the old Saturn. Saturn Aquarius is the new Saturn. It's the new way to work. It's the new paradigm of building something that's a legacy and that's lasting in this world. It's new Aquarius. So it's like we are being asked, this Saturn and Aquarius, it's not going to stay here a ton longer until next year, March. I know the exact day it's going to get out of my 12th house. But it's like we need to capitalize on this Saturn Aquarius energy, capitalize on this T-square actually, and take action for dealing with the emotions in the past, dealing with the amazing trajectory of creation, building and growing that is Taurus, that is like using the resource of who you are, your ideas, your ability to speak in the world, your ability to be strong, healthy, vital, radiant, like out in the world, speaking your wisdom, gaining more wisdom, learning, connecting to people, using all of that to build something in a new way in humanity, every individual building a legacy of leadership, of autonomy, of sovereignty in a new way, and making money from their own creativity, and not the way the old system says you have to make it, and not under the control of people in the old system, is building this new earth. It's happening. So for today, realize that this quincunx from Venus to Pluto can be a little disjointed, of needing to deal with emotions, to be able to feel playful and free to flow into your work. This Neptune quincunx can be really also, again, needing to face some karmic things coming up, needing to write it out, maybe also needing to be really creative for play before you can be creative for your soulpreneurship, for your business. These squares right now are asking us something purposeful, and this beautiful trine energy from Mercury to Mars is able to really make a connection to what comes in. So we get ideas, we get downloads. I need to connect to this person, I need to make that email, I need to make this phone call, and this Mercury is able to go make those connections, being in Libra, which is all about relationships and partnering and wanting to really have amazing partnerships all around. Mercury in Libra can also just weigh things out and get stalled out. So be aware of the drive to just weigh things out too much. I wanted to pull some cards, but I'll probably pull cards separately. And I'm going to close it out for today. I am sending you, actually, I'm just going to go ahead and pull cards because I'm already past time. So there's something about LinkedIn, how long they allow videos and all of that. And it's just, I don't know, but I like to really just do a reading the way that it comes out. But I've been trying to shorten them to 15 minutes so I can get it onto LinkedIn differently. But anyways, we have the king today. So it's like, who is the king of your heart? Are you really standing in that self-possession? Are you standing in your own autonomy, really sovereign being? Or are you listening to the voices? I'm hearing a lot of women talking about listening to the voices of their families. Why are you listening to what your family has to say about your life and your soul mission and your soul calling? They have nothing to do with it. I'm sorry, but they just don't. And doesn't mean you don't have a good relationship, or you have to kick them out or whatever. And maybe it does, depending on the dynamics there. Because sometimes our family is just gestational. It's not soul. Sometimes it's both, sometimes it's soul. So why are you listening to outer voice? Where's the inner authority to follow your vision? And why are you sharing your dreams with people that put you down and don't honor them and don't want them for you? So that is definitely up in the collective right now, really big. The 4, it's definitely this energy of being innovative and bucking the status quo. So it's like, who is autonomous within you? Are you autonomous within yourself, or are you listening to other people? Are you going against the status quo of your old version of yourself, of what other people are telling you to do, of the overculture, of the toxic masculine and wounded feminine ways that we've been living for a really long time? You have the 8, which is about making a commitment and really being strong and going within to connect with yourself in this really deep, intimate way of being, hearing what's really true for you, hearing the emotions that are true for you. Instead of trying to be positive, are you actually listening to the emotions that you are feeling and honoring them and giving them witness, giving them space to be, before you do the work of release and working to change the default brain to a new habit, a new thought pattern? We want to honor where we actually are, because that has information in it. It has power to retrieve in it. It's important. And what else wants to come up? Queen. So are you standing in the powerful goddess energy? Are you standing activated in your goddess? What goddesses are you resonating with right now? Are you pulling some goddess archetypes in to really work with them to bring that energy and that power and their mythologies and their stories? We need myths, we need mythos as humans to help us on our trajectory and our journeys, and to help us through and have something to look to, something that's profound and powerful. 9, it's about taking action. What kind of action? Based on what? About what? Definitely taking action from that place of being grounded. So action that isn't leaving you in a place of confusion. So action that's clear, that's grounded, that is very focused. And that's what may be the hardest thing to do at the moment, because there's so much scattered energy at the moment. Queen, again, coming back to very much about when you own yourself as a woman, an empowered woman standing in your power, you are focused, you are clear, you do have that clarity, and that's coming through. What else wants to come up? So there is all this changeable energy, this versatile energy in the air right now. It's very much this energy of allowing yourself to adapt as things change moment to moment, day to day, but still being very on mission, on vision, and really focused in on these few projects. One thing I really recommend is movement, a lot of movement to help you ground and also get organized. This will really help everything to be able to launch from someplace, and also to understand that you'll want to do 10 projects, just focus on a couple It's slim it down and really eliminate everything that's not important. It's really important right now to eliminate everything that just doesn't matter. I'm sending you lots of love. I hope this helped you for today, and I'll talk to you on the next Divine Feminine Uprising Astrology Daily for tomorrow. Talk to you soon.